We continue following breaking news out of Tucson, Arizona. The FBI just releasing both a series of photos along with a video of what they are calling a potential subject in the Nancy Guthrie case. Not suspect, subject. Let's get right out to senior national correspondent Brian Entin, who is in the Tucson area for us, joins us live on the phone. Brian, this seems to be a really big deal here.
Yeah, I mean, this is massive. This is the biggest development that we have had since this case broke open. Now that we have these photos, and I mean, they're terrifying, Nichole. When they said they were going to release a surveillance photo, I was thinking maybe something from a gas station or something like that. I had no idea that they were going to be able to get the photos and video off of the Ring camera, the Nest camera, I'm sorry, which apparently if you back end ways, Kash Patel tweeted out that they were able to work with Nest and recover these photos. You see that the guy is totally covered from head to toe. He's in a mask. He's got gloves on. Clearly, it seems like this was a professional who knew exactly what they were doing. You can see what appears to be a gun and a concealed holster near the waist. And just now, Savannah Guthrie has posted on Instagram these photos. And she also said, "We believe our mother is still alive." And honestly, that's the first thing I thought when I saw these. I mean, it looks so professional. When we were starting to sort of discount the kidnapping ransom theory, then you see these photos, and it seems to almost back that up now that this may have been a very sophisticated professional kidnapping, Nichole.
Brian, what was the latest that you saw at the house? What was going on out there?
So it's been quiet at the house, but what's interesting is in these photos, and there's also video that has now been released, you see the suspect, and I think I think we can confidently say suspect now. I mean, why else would this guy show up to Nancy's house looking like this, armed with a gun? But you see him pick up some like brush, like some flowers, some like pull off part of a bush right there. And it's so interesting because when we went up to the door and saw the blood, we also saw that that little the little piece of the bush that he had picked off. And I don't know what he was using that for, if he was trying to use it to cover the camera or use it to pull off the cameras. I don't think he'd be concerned about thumbprints because he's got his glove on. But that little piece of like weeds and brush that he picked up was actually still on the ground. I remember seeing it when we went up to the door and got video of the blood.
Oh, that is really interesting. So, Brian, as of right now, the sheriff is saying that there will be no press conferences. And as I was just speaking with the former FBI agent before you here, we saw numerous press conferences at the beginning of this case in the first few days when Nancy Guthrie went missing, when there really didn't seem to be a lot of information that was being provided. Yet here we have now this new video, we have these new images. What is really compelling, truly actually terrifying, as you said, to think of somebody showing up at your front door with a gun, a mask, gloves, and trying to obstruct the view of your doorbell camera. Do we know if that will change when it comes to a press conference? Is there any inkling that we will get some update from law enforcement today?
Yeah, I would imagine there would have to be at some point. The fact that they just put these photos out without any real explanation or press conference did kind of surprise me because we don't really know the full context behind them or why they decided to put them out right now. At the same time, they do sort of speak for themselves. I mean, again, what I first thought when we got the source saying that there was going to be a surveillance photo coming out this afternoon, I assumed it was going to be something from the gas station, just something sort of generic. I had no idea that this is what they were going to release because, again, they told us that Nancy did not have a subscription for her Google cameras, and so there was no way to recover the video. So we just assumed that those cameras were not going to be helpful at all. But apparently there is a back end way that the FBI has in collaboration with Google where somehow these images were saved, which is really incredible when you think about it. about it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.